Hello, I'm Sam from Sound on Sound magazine. I'm at Superbooth 2024 in Berlin. I'm with Chris from AudioScape. Hey Chris.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Doing good, doing really good.
How's the show been for you?
The show has been really, really amazing actually. I'm surprised there are so many pro audio manufacturers here. It reminds me of NAMM or AES where you just walk, it's like the same crowd, right? And I'm told this is like the first year it's like this, where there are so many pro audio manufacturers, and it's just been really nonstop busy the whole time. So it's people at the booths, there's lines, it reminds me of any other trade show, but you have that cool vibe going on with the tents outside and just a lot of like cool nature. It's like it's a really good vibe here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly the only trade show I've ever been that has a toad protection scheme, but such is life. But yeah, of course, people think synths, pro audio, different worlds, but if you're serious about synths, you want serious outboard gear to put your synths through, like you make. And you're now moving into that world as well with the thing that we're standing in front of.
Oh yeah. So we just announced this here at the show. This is our first foray into the Eurorack format. It's called the EuroBuss. It's our adaptation of our bus comp. That's pretty much the same exact thing that you get in the 19-inch rack version, all through hole parts, everything packed in here as tightly as possible. And I really feel like this is something that's needed for the Eurorack format, right at the end of your chain. It just, we get a lot of crazy signals going, dynamic things going on. So just controlling those dynamics a little bit at the end of your chain, it's going to make producers and mixers a lot happier when they get tracks. So I was actually, Jeremy Griffith is a producer mixer. He told me about this. He's like, I keep getting these tracks and they're all over the place. Chris, we got to do something about this. He's a modular guy himself, so he really sort of championed this idea, and he had some of these simple addition ideas like threshold CV, side chain inputs, and I think it's really useful. And this is literally just the prototype. It's going to be subject to change. I like it because we're able to show this and then we get suggestions from people. They're like, hey, we need a bypass. Hey, maybe add a side chain high pass. So all these ideas we sort of take from everyone and then we can perfect it, and then we'll come to market on this probably in a few months.
So I noticed you've got ratio on switches there. So presumably by combining the switches you can do all the 2-to-1, 4-to-1.
Yep. And that's another thing on this prototype that isn't really labeled that we're definitely going to label better, because these 3-position ratio left and right, they're going to be labeled, 2, 4, and 10, just like the original. So, and then you have your auto mode as well, which is great. There's classic auto mode where that needle just drags slowly on the release. So you're going to have all bases covered. I think it's the perfect addition to any Eurorack format right at the end of your chain.
Yeah, and of course if you're performing live with your modular system, then often you need something to regulate the loudness at the end of it. Otherwise you sound a bit feeble in comparison with some of the other acts, or you blow out the PA.
And you're going to want everything, just even from the basic function, aside from character, right, and everything, you're going to want everything to come out the same volume, right? Maybe or at least be leveled out. So like there might be some little sound that's, just as important as a big sound, right? So I think it's a no-brainer at this point. It makes complete sense.
Certainly. So this is just at the prototype stage. Do you have any idea of how much it's likely to cost?
Yes, we do actually. We're thinking about $399 US to start, and I feel like that's a solid price for what you're getting as a finalizer at the end of your mix chain.
Amazing, yeah, absolutely. Well, can't wait to see it in the production version. Thanks so much, Chris.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Great to see you.
Yeah, likewise.